Okay, so here's my rain barrel collection system. Oh, before we start, here's the fence that we put up to cover up the whole mess, to keep the redneck look to the minimum if we can. That's got mirrors on the back of it, so it kind of makes it look like it's part of the yard. See on the back here, there's all these mirrors. Anyways, here's my rainwater system. That first one there's a first flush, and then the other 5 are full of water. Let's see here. So these are all interconnected. So if one fills, they all fill, and when one empties, they all empty at the same time. That's just a vacuum hose, like from an old vacuum cleaner. These are 1-inch fittings. These barrels here, I got these on Kijiji for 10 bucks a piece. They're old Pickle containers from India or Pakistan or something like that. And this here, we got 4-inch PVC pipe here. That's for the fresh water. This one here is for the first flush, and that just goes right up to my roof. This down here is a drain for the first flush. Just leads out there onto the ground. So it's basically just cracked open a bit as this fills up, and then the rain stops, it slowly empties itself, and then it resets itself so that it can fill up with the first flush stuff on the next rainfall. Other than that, let me take the first flush apart, and I'll give you a view of what that looks like inside. So here's the first flush system that I made. There's the lids. Oops. There's the lids for the barrels. There's a screw piece here that fits on top on both. And that's where the water comes in from the eaves trough. These are all held together with some stainless steel screws. No use in gluing it. You want to be able to take it apart so you can make some adjustments and stuff, so that's what I did. Works great, doesn't leak. There's a vent right here on the top of the lid. Let some air out as it's filling up. But here's the neat part I made right here. And what I did, instead of using a ball, I found that a ball doesn't work, doesn't seal too well. There's too much water above it, it would push the ball down and water would flow in. So this is a 2-liter pop bottle. I put a valve on the top, tire valve, and I pressurize it, so it's got about 10 psi in there. But it floats up nicely with the water from the bottom, and it seals that hole up, and then it flows up and over into the next 5 barrels. So it works pretty cool. A couple of elbows on there to stop the bottle from coming out, but other than that, it works really good. It's worked flawless. The other part of the system here is the overflow, which is right here. One of these little guys here, and what it is there's the overflow pipe right here out of the first barrel. They're all connected, so it doesn't matter. And it just goes down. It's 2-inch ABS. Attaches to one of these flexible ones that it just flows outwards when it's ready to. When it's got water to overflow, and it just flows right out onto the lawn like this, and then it retracts itself when the water stops flowing. So we have a ball valve right here to fill up the watering container if we need something for the garden. I'll give you a sample here of how clean the water is with that first flush. It's very clear, very clean. And it doesn't seem to stink at all, so it's pretty cool. To give you an idea of what it looks like from up above, there's my rain barrel right there. Just a side note, I use this stuff called Alurex for my eaves trough, and it keeps most of the leaves and debris out of the whole system. It works really well.